Truthful political reporting depends on a few things. We need facts that are verifiably true. We need all of the available facts presented comprehensively. And we need sound reasoning to connect those facts and give them meaning. And political reporting gets slanted when one of those pieces is lacking. Maybe the facts included are false or misrepresented. Maybe facts are selectively included or excluded, creating a false impression. Or maybe poor reasoning describes those facts in an incorrect way. But what happens when all of those essential components are neglected? When we get facts that are both incomplete and false, connected through feelings rather than reason? Well, there is, of course, only one publication capable of manufacturing and distributing such a high-grade poison while maintaining an image of public servant. And yet I keep clicking on their page. Truly, they are the Ennis Del Mar to my Jack Twist.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I need to get a safer addiction. Come on. What? This is a much healthier hobby. Anyway, let's check out the premise for this video. We asked Muslim students and educators if they believed they and their families would be forced to leave the United States if Donald Trump were elected president. Hey, in a rare moment of honesty from the Huffington Post, at least they've qualified this presentation correctly. It's about beliefs and feelings. Some of us, however, are more inclined to concern for facts. So let's establish those facts first. Last December, Donald Trump pledged a ban on Muslim immigration into the United States.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
And he's since walked that back, emphasizing his flexibility on the issue.
I'm not softening my stance at all, but I'm always flexible on issues.
And later clarified he wants to suspend immigration only from states with known connections to terrorism.
I will suspend immigration from areas of the world where there is a proven history of terrorism against the United States, Europe, or our allies.
Of course, Trump has also spoken repeatedly about deporting illegal immigrants and building a wall on the Mexican border.
I will, and the wall just got 10 feet taller.
But not once has he ever proposed somehow kicking citizens out of the United States. Those are the facts. Now to the beliefs and feelings.
Half my family's in another country. I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, the majority of Muslims can't be sent back to anywhere because they are American. But I am American and Turkish. And I'm just like, well, can it? Is it possible?
Is it possible to revoke your citizenship? Did you become a citizen fraudulently? Did you lie in your paperwork? Have you refused a request for congressional testimony? Are you a member of ISIS or Al-Qaeda? Were you dishonorably discharged from military service that was earning you citizenship? No? Then no.
Is there some kind of loop in the law that this is like available? And then I'm like, he doesn't need a loop. He can make a loop.
Well, there's only one loop to get us out of this predicament. The president can't unilaterally alter citizenship and immigration law. And even if he tried, you would get to appeal that decision in court. We have a judicial system for a reason.
I see it differently because I think about like Japanese internment camps. And they could keep us right here and put us all in the same place and make us suffer.
As silly as this fear of internment is, it's actually the most rational fear described in this video because at least it's actually happened once, and the Supreme Court upheld it in Korematsu versus the United States, which is still technically standing law. But nobody believes ethnic internment would successfully pass constitutional scrutiny today. Even the late Antonin Scalia, a right-wing boogeyman surely as scary as Donald Trump, called Korematsu one of the court's all-time worst decisions. And so says sitting Justice Stephen Breyer. The decision has been so thoroughly discredited that it is hard to conceive any future court referring to it favorably or relying on it. Besides, no internment camp experience could possibly be as insufferable as sitting through this group discussion, could it?
I don't like to think about that.
Didn't think so.
I have family members who are in the military who are active duty, and at the time, my sister was stationed, she was deployed in Jordan, and she said, well, would he not allow Tahir to come back to the country? Because if he's gonna have this ban, even if she's, Army, she won't be able to enter the country.
Donald Trump is going to ban U.S. citizens serving in the military from returning home from duty. This coming from an educator at a university. Look, if a ban on Muslims means she has to stop influencing young minds, I'm listening.
My grandma and a lot of my family members, they're actually from Jamaica and he immigrated from here. So I'm wondering if Trump really become president, will that happen to like my grandma or cousins or aunts? I'm really scared of.
Yeah, that was one of Trump's lesser known speeches.
Unless those Jamaicans can help our bobsled team, they can get the hell out.
Being black and being a girl, I always think like your ancestors brought me here. I didn't ask to be here. You brought me here. Now where do you want me to go?
You didn't ask to be here because you were born here. As was I. We are natural born citizens of the United States, a right that can never be revoked. The one key fact this entire production willfully ignores. So where do I want you to go? How about a better school and we'll call it even?
This guy is actually saying stuff that many people surprisingly agree with.
So if a lot of people support Trump and you find that surprising, do you suppose it's because that big group of people is all crazy? Or do you suppose many of them might be reasonable and you misunderstand what's actually being said? If that many people agree, do you suppose that maybe, just maybe, there's some merit to their position that you haven't taken the time to try to understand? What's frustrating about this piece is it is pure emotional propaganda, openly fact-free and produced to push an agenda, not inform a productive debate. Is a restrictive immigration policy good or bad? You can make a credible argument on either side in today's world. There are plenty of geniuses across the globe I would love to see come and contribute to the US economy. But at the same time, only a fool would ignore what's happened in Germany, Sweden, and elsewhere with open-door immigration and refugee policies. You'd think there'd be a compromise policy where we welcome the good and say no thanks to the bad. And I'm sure there is. But this video and other fact-free productions like it make that policy a rarer find than Mewtwo, or whatever you nerds playing Pokemon Go are after. I'm an adult. I got stuff to do. Or at least I try to maintain that image.
Imagine that Skag has like a fucking
This! Are you serious?
vending machine.
My God!
Yeah.
There it is, dude.
Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this channel. Always appreciate that thoughtful discussion down below and especially over on Twitter. That is at @skag_3. You're always welcome to come hang out and chat in my live streams. Those are linked down in the description. Looking forward to it. Okay, bye.